Hello there.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elie Moses, a 23-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia, simply shooting his shot, baby. And yes, I am making my way through a lot of movie reactions at the moment, but one thing I'd like to tackle in particular is the IMDb top 250 list. And yes, I have seen a lot of those films, and that's why I haven't tackled like the bigger picture names like The Godfathers, The Shawshank Redemptions, The Lord of the Rings. They are one of my favorite movies of all time, and I have seen them, so I'm not going to lie to you and say I'm going to be watching them for the first time. So any film in the top 250 that I haven't seen, I am going to be trying tackling. And one film that caught my eye in particular today is Casablanca. So I'm going to be watching that for the first time. As a film student, I'm hella excited because Rotten Tomatoes says this is an undisputed masterpiece and is Hollywood's quintessential take on love and romance. So I'm very excited to see what this film has in store for us. I did 12 Angry Men just a few weeks ago, and that seemed to get a great reception. So let's tackle another IMDb top 100, in fact. So yeah, I'm gonna have fun with Casablanca. Hopefully you guys have fun with these reactions. Let's smash this thing, and yeah, let's watch Casablanca for the first time, baby. Let's go. Oh, this is a Warner Brothers film? Damn, that's the OG Warner Brothers.
Across the Mediterranean to Oran.
I'm smiling because this film is using the 4:3 aspect ratio. I'm so familiar with it with Buffy. It's so good.
By train or auto or foot across the rim of Africa to Casablanca in French Morocco. Here, the fortunate ones, through money or influence or luck, might obtain exit visas and scurry to Lisbon. Wait. And wait.
I hope this movie reaction does well, fingers crossed. Hopefully this film has a large audience, or like an audience that respects it. And if you do enjoy the reaction, feel free to like, share, subscribe. Only if you enjoy it.
Carrying important official documents, murdered on train from Oran. Murderer and possible accomplices headed for Casablanca. Round up all suspicious characters and search them for stolen documents.
These papers expired 3 weeks ago. You have to come along.
Brother, where's the gunshot wound? I did not see a bullet hole.
Watch yourself. Be on guard. This place is full of vultures everywhere. Everywhere.
Vultures, vultures.
Revoir, monsieur. Revoir, madame.
Au revoir. Amusing little fellow. Waiter.
Obviously, I'm only like 5 minutes into the film, but one thing I want to research after this film how audiences received this film at the time, because obviously it's probably going to be like a political allegory for like the war at the time, but I'm interested to see how audiences view it now. Is it still like a historical commentary, or is it something to do with love, sacrifice, and romance, which is what the categories for this film were when I first viewed it. It said it was like a romance/drama. So I'm interested to see the genre, sorry.
That even you have never seen. Letters of transit signed by General Vegan cannot be rescinded, not even questioned. One moment. Tonight I'll be selling those for more money than even I have ever dreamed of, and then adio Casablanca. You know, Rick, I have many a friend in Casablanca, but somehow, just because you despise me, you are the only one I trust. Will you keep these for me, please?
For how long?
Oh, perhaps an hour, perhaps a little longer.
I don't want them here overnight.
Don't be afraid of that. Please keep them for me. Thank you. I knew I could trust you.
I love
Well,
how
I'll be expecting some people. If anybody asks for me, I'll be right here.
Yes, monsieur.
I love how they initially
Rick?
established Rick
I
by
hope you're more impressed with me now.
him sitting at a
If
table
you'll forgive me, I'll share my good luck with your roulette wheel.
Just
Wait.
a moment.
playing chess by himself.
Yeah, I heard a rumor those 2 German couriers were carrying letters of transit.
Oh, I've heard that rumor too. Poor devils.
Yes, you're right, Ugarte. I am a little more impressed with you.
Knock on wood. Yo, this guy clearly having the time of his life in Casablanca. Everyone wants to get out. This guy's enjoying himself.
This is the Blue Parrot.
Fine, but I'd like to buy your cafe.
It's not for sale.
Where were you last night?
That's so long ago, I don't remember.
Will I see you tonight?
Never make plans that far ahead.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait pour les avoir? You made us arrest earlier in the evening at the Blue Parrot. Out of my high regard for you, we're staging it here. It will amuse your customers.
Our entertainment's enough.
Rick, we'd have an important guest here tonight, Major Strasser, of the Third Reich, no less. We want him to be here when we make the arrest, a little demonstration of the efficiency of my administration.
I see. And what's Strasser doing here? He certainly didn't come all the way to Casablanca to witness a demonstration of your efficiency.
Perhaps not.
Here you are.
Shall not happen again.
That's all right. Louis, you got something on your mind. Why don't you spill it?
How observant you are. As a matter of fact, I wanted to give you a word of advice.
Yeah?
Rick, there are many exit visas sold in this cafe, but we know that you never sold one. That is the reason we permit you to remain open.
Oh, I thought it was because I let you win at roulette.
That is another reason. There is a man arrived in Casablanca on his way to America. He will offer a fortune to anyone who will furnish him with an exit visa.
Well, what's his name?
Victor Laszlo.
Escaped from a concentration camp. The Nazis have been chasing him all over Europe.
This is the end of the chase.
20,000 francs. Says it isn't.
Is that a serious offer?
I just paid out 20. I'd like to get it back.
Make it 10. I'm only a poor, corrupt official.
Okay.
Done. No matter how clever he is, he still needs an exit visa. Oh, I should say two.
Why two?
He is traveling with a lady.
It'll take one.
I think not. I've seen the lady. And if he did not leave her in Marseille or in Iran, he certainly won't leave her in Casablanca. Very lucky, huh? 2,000, please. 2,000.
I'm being arrested, but I gotta cash my chips in first.
Thank you.
How did they let him escape like that? Damn!
Rick, help me. Be a fool, you can't get away. Rick, hide me. Do something. You must help me, Rick. Do something. Come on. Rick! Rick!
I'm sorry there was a disturbance, folks, but it's all over now. Everything's all right. Just sit down and have a good time. Enjoy yourselves. All right, Sam?
Okay.
Back to business.
We are very honored tonight, Rick. Major Strasser is one of the reasons the Third Reich enjoys the reputation it has today.
You repeat Third Reich as though you expected there to be others.
Well, personally, Major, I will take what comes.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Unofficially, of course.
Make it official if you like.
What is your nationality?
I'm a drunkard.
And that makes Rick a citizen of the world.
I was born in New York City, if that'll help you any.
I understand that you came here from Paris at the time of the occupation.
Well, there seems to be no secret about that.
Are you one of those people who cannot imagine the Germans and their beloved Paris?
Can you imagine us in London?
When you get there, ask me.
Diplomatist. How about New York?
Well, there are certain sections of New York, Major, that I wouldn't advise you to try to invade.
Uh-huh. Who do you think will win the war?
The slightest idea.
Rick is completely neutral about everything, and that takes in the field of women, too.
Intend not to let it happen again.
Hey, excuse me, gentlemen. Your business is politics. Mine is running a saloon.
Good evening, Mr. Blaine.
You see, Major, you have nothing to worry about, Rick.
Perhaps.
The line delivery is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Like I think everyone is playing their part to a T, and the production design and set design of this film is absolutely fantastic. Like there's not a waste on screen, if that makes sense. Like everything is crafted to perfection. Like there's a lot going on in each scene, and having this saloon being active in each shot is absolutely fantastic. Like it's not just characters just conversing with one another at a table. You can still hear dialogue in the background. You can still hear each character in the background, or each individual person in the saloon doing their own thing, and that's a testament to the direction as well. Whereas like today, there's like obviously in some films today, there's a heavy reliance on blue screen and green screen to cover up the backgrounds, and they're like, in post we'll just add a virtual background. And I feel like a lot of the backgrounds in films today are lifeless in my opinion, and it just takes me out of the film. Whereas in this film, I know it's just the saloon setting, but it's engaging at all times, and I love it.
Like a couple who are on their way to America.
Well,
You'll find a market there for this ring. I'm forced to sell it at a great sacrifice.
thank you, but I hardly think.
Then perhaps for the lady, the ring is quite unique.
Well, there are certain sections of New York, Major, that I wouldn't advise you to try to invade.
What is your nationality?
I was born in New York City, if that'll help you any.
Then perhaps for the lady, the ring is quite unique.
Oh, that looks like an Orthodox.
Oh, yes, I'm
That's
very
an Orthodox
interested.
cross.
Won't you join us? If you will permit me. Oh, no, Emil, please, a bottle of your best champagne and put it on my bill. Very well, sir. Captain, please. Oh, please, monsieur. It is a little game we play. They put it on the bill, I tear up the bill.
Captain, the boy was playing the piano. Somewhere I've seen him.
Sam,
Yes.
he came from Paris with Rick.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Miss Elsa. I never expect to see you again.
It's been a long time.
Yes, ma'am. A lot of water under the bridge.
Some of the old songs, Sam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yo, Sam, I love the way my guy just rolled the piano over to Monsieur. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna teleport it over to
Where
you.
is Rick?
Give you a personal,
I ain't seen him all night.
personal
When
show.
will he be back?
Not tonight no more. He ain't coming. He went home.
Play as time goes by.
Oh, I can't remember it myself. I'm a little rusty on it.
I'll hum it for you. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yo, I can see why they say she's the most beautiful woman to step foot in Casablanca. Miss Elsa's naturally beautiful.
Sam, I thought I told you never to play.
Yeah, that was like Rick's calling. She knew what song to play to call him out. Alright, I'm gonna head out, pack up the show.
Great deal about Rick in Casablanca. And about Victor Laszlo everywhere. Won't you join us for a drink?
Oh, no, Rick. Never.
Thanks, I will.
Well, the precedent is being broken. Emil.
It's a very interesting cafe. I congratulate you. I congratulate you. What for? Your work? Thank you. I tried. I remember every detail. The Germans wore gray. You wore blue.
Yes, I put that dress away. When the Germans march out, I'll wear it again.
Ricky, you're becoming quite human. I suppose we have to thank you for that, mademoiselle.
Boss, ain't you going to bed?
Not right now.
Ain't you planning on going to bed in the near future?
No.
You ever going to bed?
No. Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine. Play it for her, you play it for me.
Well, I don't think I can remember.
If she can stand it, I can. Play it.
Yes, boss.
They did the similar thing with Ilsa and Rick right there when, as time goes by, was playing. The camera only racked focus on their facial expressions, and both of them were getting teary-eyed. And you can see Rick showed us showing some emotion for the first time this film, because throughout the beginning, I guess the first 38 minutes now, it's all been quite hectic in the saloon. Like, there's a lot of talking, it's all rowdy, everyone is just, you know, drinking, having a good time, music is playing, and then immediately you cut to an establishing shot of Rick's Cafe American, I think that says outside, pans down, and then cuts to all sound cuts away. It's just quiet. It's just Rick himself drinking alone, and they say he doesn't have a drink with anyone, and then you see him having a drink with himself, and obviously Sam was about to leave. But I really enjoyed that they cut out any music, and it was just diegetic sound of Rick just alone in the saloon, and then Sam obviously approached him, and then they're doing the same technique again with the camera as they did with Ilsa. But they're blurring it out, I think, to a flashback possibly in Paris. Yep, there we go. So I'm guessing these two were in a relationship until the Germans marched in. And that's how they got separated?
Really? What were you before? What did you do and what did you think, huh?
We said no questions.
That's an interesting piece of trivia there. Ingrid Bergman considered her left side as her better side, and to the extent possible that she was side photographed throughout the film. She's also almost on the right-hand side of the screen looking towards the left, regardless of who's in shot with. And yeah, come to think about it, when yeah, when the song was playing with Sam, yeah, she was looking to the left-hand side of the screen. Or she was looking to the right-hand side of the camera, the left-hand side of the screen for myself. And yeah, it was the left side showing. Yeah, come to think about it. I'll pay attention to that more. Yeah, there we go. Her left side's been shown more.
Well, I'm so lucky. Why, I should find you waiting for me. Come along.
Why, there is no other man in my life.
Uh-huh.
That's easy. There was. He's dead.
I forgot we said no questions.
Only one answer.
Oh, did she think Laszlo was dead, but he actually escaped the concentration camp, and that's how they came back to be together? I can't unsee it now. They're always predominantly showing the left side of her face.
3 more. Says he'll water his garden with champagne before he let the Germans drink it.
This sort of takes the sting out of being occupied, doesn't it, Mr. Richard?
You said it. He's looking at you, kid.
The whole world crumbling. We picked this time to fall in love.
Yeah, it's pretty bad timing. Where were you, say, 10 years ago?
10 years ago. Yes, I was having a brace put on my teeth.
Well, let's see. What about the engineer? Why can't he marry us on the train?
Darling.
Oh, why not? Captain on a ship can. It doesn't seem fair that... Hey, what's wrong, kid?
I love how he calls her kid.
I love you so much. It's a crazy world. Anything can happen.
Still is a crazy world.
You shouldn't get away. I mean, if something should keep us apart, wherever they put you, and wherever I'll be, I want you to know that.
Aw, damn, heartbroken.
That's the last call, Mr. Richard.
I love how the ink was fading away as well as he was reading it. So, like, it's not even like he had a chance to even keep the thing. Like, he's gonna read it for one last time as well.
About your voice, how it hasn't changed. I can still hear it. Richard, dear, I'll go with you any place. Get on a train together and never stop.
Don't, Rick. I can understand how you feel. Can I tell you a story, Rick?
You got a wow finish?
I don't know the finish yet.
Go on, tell it. Maybe one will come to you as you go along. Was it Laszlo, or were there others in between? Or aren't you the kind that tells?
Yeah, he left it with a wow. He left her with a wow.
May I speak to him now? You would find the conversation a trifle one-sided. Senor Ugarte is dead.
Okay, so that's why I'm like, yeah, I was about to question before. Rick was blacklisted in France, but because Morocco or Casablanca, the city in Morocco, but in Morocco is like unoccupied France. That's why they sort of can't touch him there or do anything to them. But that's why the captain there before, or the one of the generals of the Third Reich was saying, if anything unfortunate shall happen to you here in Casablanca. But yeah, that was my question answered from before. I was like, why haven't they arrested Rick or things like that? Because it's unoccupied France, and the same goes with Laszlo, even though he's eluded them across the continent of Europe. So yeah.
Undoubtedly, their next step will be to the black market.
Excuse me, Captain. Another visa problem has come up.
Show her in.
Yes.
Don't tell me that Captain Renault is like exchanging sex gifts for visa. Because he's like, show her in.
Doesn't matter, thank you.
Ah, the lady's a friend of Rick's. For friends of Rick's, we have a small discount. Did I say 700 francs? You can have it for 200.
Sorry, I was in no condition to receive you when you called on me last night.
Doesn't matter.
For special friends of Rick's, we have a special discount of 100 francs.
The story had me a little confused. Maybe
Don't tell me he's going to go down to
I have
50.
some tablecloths, some
Thank
napkins.
you. I'm really not impressed.
Please, 1 minute, please.
Why did you come back? To tell me why you ran out on me at the railway station?
Last night I saw what has happened to you.
The Rick I knew in Paris, I could tell him he'd understand. But the one who looked at me with such hatred. I'll be leaving Casablanca soon and we'll never see each other again. We knew very little about each other when we were in love in Paris. If we leave it that way, maybe we'll remember those days, not Casablanca.
Well, I'm not running away anymore. I'm settled now.
Yeah, but
Club
she
a
went.
saloon, it's true, but to walk up a flight, I'll be expecting you.
No, you see, Victor Laszlo is my husband.
Ah.
And was, even when I knew you in Paris.
Ah.
I was just telling Monsieur Laszlo that unfortunately I'm not able to.
Because I was about to say, like, he was saying, like, oh, you don't have to run away with me now. You don't have that burden of, like, running away with me. I was blacklisted at the time. But, like, I was about to say, if she left him for Laszlo or was married to Laszlo at the time, he was an individual that was wanted as well, and she was running away with him. I guess she made that promise to someone else, but she cheated on Laszlo then.
Good day, Monsieur. Good day.
Yeah, Rick got them letters of transit, the signed ones that Ugarte managed to get from, I think, a higher up general. Pickpocketed. The guy knows his reputation. He's like, I'm double checking. I know what he's doing.
Now you're beginning to live like a Frenchman.
You know what I love about this film? I love how the film is basically set, or like the majority of the film is basically set in a single like sort of street or strip in terms of like or like a market town where you have like the Blue Parrot, you have Rick's Cafe or Saloon, whatever. But the majority of it is in Rick's Saloon. But even though it's set in like a small location or like a confined location, it still deals with like what's going on really well at the time in terms of like what's going on in the war. And then obviously you had the flashback with the French situation, but it still deals with it really well. And the conversations are all intriguing in this film. Like they're really, really well put together. And the conversations, whether with Rick and Ilsa or Rick and the commanders, they do a good job at dealing with the situation in Casablanca, with the exit visas, dealing with Laszlo and things like that, but at the same time also providing a commentary with what's going on in the world at the time. It's really well done.
What did you say?
Would you kindly repeat it?
What I said is none of your business.
I will make this my business.
Bar fight, bar fight.
I don't like disturbances in my place. Either lay off politics or get out.
I love how also I like to pause so I don't miss out on any dialogue, but at the same time I love how Casablanca, because it's unoccupied France, is sort of like a central hub for individuals from different countries to come and chill here basically. And yeah, different political views and agendas are obviously going to clash, but yeah, even in the beginning of the film you had the Italians, you had the Germans, you had Chinese in the pub as well. Like different individuals from all walks of life or all walks of countries are allowed in here, and yeah, it could be very entertaining.
The situation is not as much under control as you believe.
My dear Major, we are trying to cooperate with your government, but we cannot regulate the feelings of our people.
Sir Rick,
Yes?
could I speak to you for just a moment, please?
You get in here. You're underage.
I came with Captain Reno.
I should have known.
My husband is with me, too.
He is. Well, Captain Reno's getting broad-minded. Sit down. You have a drink? Of course not. Do you mind if I do?
No. We do not want our children to grow up in such a country.
And so you decided to go to America.
Yes, but we have not much money, and traveling is so expensive and difficult.
It hasn't been revealed yet why Rick is not allowed to go back to America yet, but I get, like, I'm guessing that constant people asking for his help to get to America, like, not, like, I feel like it might wind him up a little bit, or it keeps, like, bashing on his, like, his dream to get back to his home country.
Here. And then Captain Renault sees us, and he is so kind. He wants to help us.
Yes, I'll bet.
He tells me he can give us an exit visa, but we have no money.
Does he know that?
Oh, yes.
And he's still willing to give you a visa?
Yes, monsieur.
And you want to know?
Will he keep his word?
He always has. I'll have Sam play As Time Goes By. I believe that's your favorite tune.
Thank you.
Is he trying to look for Jan?
I said 22.
Marquons les jeux, mesdames et messieurs. Les jeux sont faits, la partie continue. Marquons les jeux. Fini.
Totally not rigged.
22, noir, vert et passe. 22.
Leave it there.
Marquons les jeux, la partie continue. Marquons les jeux sont faits. Rien ne va plus. 22, noir, vert et passe.
Actually, don't come back.
Rien ne va plus, monsieur.
My guy not only cashed in, he's sticking to America. He set up generations in America.
It's a days long.
How we doing tonight?
Well, a couple of thousand less than I thought there would be. Rien ne va plus. 34 rouges, vert et passe.
Monsieur Rick.
Marquons les jeux, mesdames et messieurs. Les jeux sont
Just a lucky guy.
Yeah, he was just lucky. It had nothing to do with Rick. What do you mean?
May I get you a cup of coffee?
No thanks, Carl.
Boss, you've done a beautiful thing.
Well, you crazy Russian.
I think they're like, this is so unlike Rick to do this. What? Rick is showing emotion?
As
Sympathy?
I suspected, you're a rank sentimentalist.
Sentimentalist, there we
Why
go.
do you interfere with my little romances?
Put it down as a gesture to love.
Well, I'll forgive you this time. But I'll be in tomorrow night with a breathtaking blonde.
My office.
Right.
It's funny because I think from memory, Rick does have the exit visas or the signed letters from Ugarte. So he does hold the power, I think, whether Ilsa and Lazzo really can get out. I think, in my opinion, like he does hold that power.
So it's very important I get out of Casablanca. There's some reason why you won't let me have them.
There is. I suggest that you ask your wife.
I beg your pardon?
I said, ask your wife.
My wife.
Yes.
Hey, where's Sam at? Come on, man. This is imposter. What? Ah, here we go. Remember how I said this saloon is like a central hub in Casablanca for like people from all nations to come in? Here come the tension. Oh, here comes the tension. Oh no, the Germans just got outsung. The French overpowered them, and this time. Finally, their voice can be heard. They're not gonna like Laszlo standing up to them here.
You see what I mean? If Laszlo's presence in a cafe can inspire this
There we go.
unfortunate demonstration, what more will his presence in Casablanca bring on? I advise that this place be shut up at once.
Oh, they're gonna like rat out Rick here or
Everybody's
something.
to leave here immediately. This cafe is closed until further notice. Clear the room at once.
My dear mademoiselle, perhaps you have already observed that in Casablanca human life is cheap. Good night, mademoiselle.
That's a threat.
What happened with Rick?
We'll discuss it later.
Captain Renault is French, right? Like, surely he has some dignity. He's serving the Germans, like the guys who took over his country. Like, or like what the heck? What is he doing? Like, have some dignity. He's just like, they've got him by the balls, basically. Yeah, it sucks to see, but anything for personal gain, I guess, or benefit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Laszlo gets taken out after that threat from Captain Strassard, is it? Or
Don't joke. After Major Strasser's warning.
Strasser.
Tell you the truth, I'm frightened too.
Ask me.
Yes, I said, ask your wife. I don't know why I said that. Is there anything you wish to tell me?
No, Victor, there isn't. Victor, whatever I do, will you believe that
You don't even have to say it. I'll believe.
Whether she was lonely or not, she still cheated on her man. She still cheated. It's still cheating. I don't care how lonely you were. Loneliness is not an excuse.
Yes, dear.
Be careful.
Loyalty trumps loneliness.
Of course, I'll be careful.
What? I love how this, like I said it before, I love how this film is just a simple romance triangle told within
Well,
this
You
major
are
war.
in pretty good shape, Eric.
How long can I afford to stay closed?
2 weeks, maybe 3.
Maybe I won't have to. A bribe has worked before. In the meantime, everybody stays on salary.
Thank you, Eric.
How did you get in?
Stairs from the street.
Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire,
But this is a little ahead of schedule.
going into Harry Osborn's apartment.
There's Richard again. We're back in Paris.
Please.
Your unexpected visit isn't connected by any chance with the letters of transit. Seems as long as I have those letters, I'll never be lonely.
You can ask any price you want, but you must give me those letters.
I'm not fighting for anything anymore except myself. I'm the only cause I'm interested in.
Damn! She hurt him that much.
Richard, we loved each other once.
I wouldn't bring up Paris if I were you. It's poor salesmanship.
Please listen to me. If you knew what really happened, if you only knew the truth.
I wouldn't believe you no matter what you told me. You'd say anything now to get what you want.
I love how cold Rick's line delivery is. He's showing no emotion whatsoever.
There's so much at stake, all you can think of is your own feelings.
And Ilsa's pouring her heart
One
out.
woman has hurt you, and you take your revenge on the rest of the world.
I'm going to die in Casablanca. It's a good spot for it.
He's not gonna budge. Rick's not gonna budge.
Now, if you...
All right. I tried to reason with you. I tried everything. Now I want those letters. Get them for me.
She went
I
for
don't
the
have to. I got them right here.
she went for the last resort.
Put them on the table.
If you knew what I went through. If you knew how much I loved you.
What, you had a husband.
How much I still love
Man, poor Laszlo.
Frantic. For months I tried to get word. Then it came. He was dead,
Yeah,
shot.
I
trying
said
to
that
escape.
earlier on. She must have thought
I
Laszlo was
lonely.
dead.
I had nothing, not even hope.
That's why she fell in love again.
Then I met you.
Why weren't you honest with me? Why did you keep your marriage a secret?
It wasn't my secret, Richard. Victor wanted it that way. Not even our closest friends knew about our marriage. That was his way of protecting me. I knew so much about his work, and if the Gestapo found out I was his wife, it would be dangerous for me and for those working with us.
And when did you first find out he was alive?
Just before you and I were to leave Paris together, a friend came and told me that Victor was alive. Well, you know the rest.
That's just a series of unfortunate events. Like, it just...
It's still a story without an ending.
Yeah, where's the wow bit?
What about now?
Now, I don't know. I don't know what's right any longer.
Yeah, she's so
you.
torn
Have to
between
speak for both of us.
both men. Like,
For all of us.
All right. I will.
I wonder if Rick's gonna adopt the
looking
sentimentalist
juicy.
approach.
I wish I didn't love you so much.
I thought he was gonna adopt the sentimentalist approach and go for, okay, you and Laszlo go together. It's best for you to go together. He was your husband and things like that. But nah, Rick's like, nah, you're mine.
I think you love them.
Yeah. Strange circumstance. We both should be in love with the same woman. First evening I came to this cafe, I knew there was something between you and Ilsa.
Yeah, the way he looked at her.
Since no one is to blame, I demand no explanation. I ask only one thing.
Fair
You won't
enough.
give me the letters of transit. All right. But I want my wife to be safe. I'm also a human being. Yes, I love her that much.
Come with us. We have a warrant for your arrest.
On what charge?
Captain Renault will discuss that with you later.
It seems that destiny has taken a hand.
Did Rick rat out Laszlo? Did he? I think he did.
You haven't any actual proof, and you know it. This isn't Germany or occupied France. All you can do is find him a few thousand francs and give him 30 days. You might as well let him go now.
Ricky, I'm going to miss you.
Apparently, you're the only one in Casablanca who has even less scruples than I.
Oh, thanks.
Go ahead, Ricky.
And by the way, call off your watchdogs when you let them go. I don't want them around this afternoon. I'm taking no chances, Louis, not even with you.
Hopefully Captain Renault doesn't, like, stuff up the deal.
I'm in a hurry, it'll have to do.
I don't know, I just have a feeling he has his own motives as well.
You're a lucky man. I happen to know he gets 10%, but he's worth 25.
Like I feel like there's one more twist in this love triangle. Like there's one more thing that's gonna happen. Like it's all set in stone at the moment what Rick's gonna do. You know, he's got the girl, his past has followed him all the way to Casablanca. You know, he's got one more shot at the girl he dreamed of. She followed him all the way. Love followed him all the way to Casablanca again. So he's not letting this chance go. So he's gonna use the transit papers for himself. But at the same time, I feel like the deal's not gonna go as planned with Captain Renault. So I don't trust that guy.
They stay with the place if I don't sell.
What happened to Sam? Like, what happened? Did he just leave?
Tell me, when we searched the place, where were they?
Sam's piano.
Serves me right for not being musical.
Mr. Blaine, I don't know how to thank you. I'll say that we've still lots of things to do.
I feel so sorry for Laszlo in this
That's all the money,
situation.
Mr. Blaine. Keep it. You'll need it in America.
On a charge of accessory to the murder of the couriers from whom these letters were stolen. Oh, you're surprised about my friend Ricky. The explanation is quite simple. Love, it seems, has triumphed over virtue. Thank you.
Not so fast, Louis.
Whoa.
Nobody's going to be arrested, not for a while yet.
Under the circumstances, I will sit down.
Okay. The twist in the tale was with Ricky.
Hands on the table.
I suppose you know what you're doing, but I wonder if you realize what this means.
I do. We've got plenty of time to discuss that later.
Hello? Is that the airport? Huh? This is Captain Renault speaking.
Aww.
With 2 letters of transit for the Lisbon plane. There's to be no trouble about them.
Renault's gonna have him set up at the airport.
Louis,
Far
and
out.
go with Mr. Laszlo and take care of his luggage. If you don't mind, you fill in the names. That'll make it even more official.
You think of everything, don't you?
And the names are Mr. and Mrs. Victor Laszlo.
I don't understand. What about you?
I'm staying here with him till the plane gets safely away.
No, Richard, no. What has happened to you last night?
Last night we said a great many things.
Sentimentalist.
You said I was to do the thinking for both of us. Well, I've done a lot of it since then. It all adds up to one thing. You're getting on that plane with Victor where you belong.
But, Richard, no,
Now, you've got to listen to me. 9 chances out of 10, we'd both wind up at a concentration camp. Isn't that true, Louis?
I'm afraid Major Strasser would insist.
Inside of us, we both know you belong with Victor. You're part of his work, the thing.
They're all gonna get screwed up, all 3 of them.
That plane leaves the ground and you're not with him, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life.
What about us?
What about us?
We didn't have. We lost it until you came to Casablanca. We got it back last night. Ilsa, I'm no good at being noble, but it doesn't take much to see that the problems of 3 little people don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world. Someday you'll understand that.
The things love makes you do, but like I said this before during my the reaction. I said how this film is just a simple little love triangle between 3 people that's full of a few little twists and turns here and there, but it's all executed to perfection. There was one last twist at the end, and I feel like there's gonna be one more as well with what's gonna happen with Strasser and Renault. But it's all done. It's all done, like as Rick just said, with this crazy world that's going on in World War II. Like with everything that's going on, it's just a love triangle between 3 people.
No. He's looking at you, kid.
He called her kid again. He called her honey before, and now he used kid again. Finally.
For your sake, she pretended it wasn't, and I let her pretend. I understand. Here it is.
Shout out Laszlo, man.
I appreciate it. Welcome makes no fight. This time I know our side will win.
Yes, I'm ready.
It's a race against time. Come on.
Fiery.
Well, I was right. You are a sentimentalist.
Here you are. I don't know what you're talking about.
What you just did for Laszlo. That fairy tale you invented to send Ilsa away with him. I know a little about women, my friend. She went, but she knew you were lying.
Anyway, thanks for helping me out.
I suppose you know this isn't going to be very pleasant for either of us, especially for you. I'll have to arrest you, of course.
As soon as the plane goes, Louis.
That's a wow ending.
Hello. Put that phone down. Get me the radio tower. Put it down.
Who shot first? Han or Greedo? Rick or Strasser? Who shot first, Rick or Strasser? Okay, Randall.
I could use a trip. It doesn't make any difference about our bet. You still owe me 10,000.
He got away. He got away.
10,000 francs should pay our expenses. Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Are we gonna get the end? Hey, I actually really enjoyed Casablanca. I really enjoyed it. Like, it's like it's just a simple romance love triangle told told during World War II, and it's just like in it's crazy because like what was going on at the time was massive. Like the implications for the world were massive at the time with World War II. And one of the trivia things I read was this was during the same month, or it took place I think a week before or during the same month where the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, which was interesting. And yeah, it's just a simple, like, it's just a small love story that's told between like everything that's going on in a crazy world at the moment. But I love the commentary this film has of the war whilst telling this simple like romance story. Like all is fair in love and war in the end, right? But the characters are great. The interactions between the characters are fantastic. Like the dialogue is all great. A few twists and turns here and there. A little bit of foreshadowing during the film as well, with Rick always talking about how does this story end? Where's the wow ending? And then you get that wow ending in the end, with Rick going back on his decision when you think, you know, he was adamant that he's gonna get the girl. But in the end, it was said in the beginning of the film, you know, Louis said to him, you know, I think you're a sentimentalist. And it was in the end, he was a sentimentalist. And I was just thinking to myself, I kind of felt bad for Laszlo because of what he's been through, you know, been through the concentration camps for a year, you know, thought the woman he loved him was still loyal to him, and in a way she was, but she had cheated on him during that time, and he did sense that something had happened between them while he was away. And you understand everything in the end. Like, she did cheat on him, but she didn't really, because she thought he was dead. So that is clarified in the end, and it's just a series of like just unfortunate events. And even though you think their paths won't cross anymore between Rick and Ilsa, they ended up crossing again. Love followed him all the way to Casablanca, and yeah, he made the right choice in the end, I feel, for the betterment of both of them and for the betterment of himself. And yeah, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. There's nothing to fault in it. Like, there's nothing I could say, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Like, I feel like everyone did their part. All the characters are great. The romance is done really well. It's really well written as well, and well acted. And this film utilizes the 4:3 aspect ratio, which I was accustomed to in Buffy anyway. But again, just like Buffy, the 4:3 aspect ratio is fantastically used again here. It's fantastically utilized. It's great. There's so much in one shot, even though a quarter of the screen is like cut off from either side. It's great. There's so much thought put into each scene in this film. The music is great. And yeah, Casablanca, I can see why it's a cult classic. I can see why it's a testament. It's a testament of time, this film. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys might enjoyed my reaction as well to Casablanca. Yeah, a really solid film and deserving of the top 100 spot in the IMDb list as well. A top 250 spot. I think it might be in the top 100 because I think it's got an 8.5 rating, so it's pretty high up there. So yeah, I can see why this is like one of the best romances, if not the best Hollywood romance of all time, or the staple for Hollywood romances. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, it's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.